Hey there, champions. Welcome to Motivate Oprah, the space where your mindset shifts, your energy rises, and your dreams stop waiting. Lightbulb, this isn't just another motivational channel. This is your power zone, where every video lights a fire in your soul and reminds you that you were born to lead, rise, and thrive. Whether you're chasing success, healing from setbacks, or just need that daily spark to push forward, Motivate Oprah is here to fuel your journey with fire, empowering speeches, seedling mindset growth, flex biceps, real talk for real change. So if you're ready to stop surviving and start owning your greatness, hit that subscribe button, tap the bell icon, and join a community that believes in you, even when the world doesn't. Sparkles, because here on Motivate Oprah, we don't just talk about change, we become it. Let's rise together. Visuals, fast-paced city life, people rushing, traffic, faces looking tired and distracted, Studio U voiceover. Let's talk about something most people will never say out loud. Most of us are not living for ourselves. We're living for everyone else. Think about it. You wake up, and the first thing you do is check your phone. Notifications, likes, messages. You don't even give yourself 5 minutes of silence before the outside world rushes in. You go to work. Not necessarily because you love it, but because it's what you're supposed to do. You wear clothes you didn't choose for comfort, but to fit into some image. You say yes to things you don't want to do just to avoid disappointing someone. You laugh at jokes that aren't funny. You smile when you're hurting inside. Why? Because from a young age, we're taught that being accepted, being liked, being validated by others is everything. So we spend our lives performing, putting on masks, hiding our truth to fit into theirs. We work jobs we don't care about to impress people who don't care about us. We chase degrees, promotions, status symbols, not because they fulfill us, but because we think they'll finally make us worthy. We post pictures on social media, curated, filtered, polished, trying to convince others we're happy, even when we're not. And slowly, day by day, we lose ourselves. We sacrifice our peace for popularity, our time for approval, our dreams for comfort zones that don't even belong to us. And the worst part, it's become so normal we don't even notice it anymore. It's a silent epidemic. Burnout isn't just physical, it's emotional. It's the exhaustion of constantly trying to be who others want you to be while neglecting who you really are. And I know you felt it. That quiet, haunting feeling at night when everything goes silent and you're left with nothing but your own thoughts. That little voice inside whispering, "This can't be it. There's more to life than this." You feel disconnected from your own soul. You wonder why you're exhausted all the time, even when you're doing everything right. You feel like you're living on autopilot, moving through life but not feeling it. That's not living. That's surviving. And you were made for more than just survival. Music begins to shift. Slightly more intense, hopeful buildup begins. Studio, you see, the real tragedy isn't failure. The real tragedy is success without fulfillment. Climbing a ladder only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. Following a map to a destination you never truly wanted. Living for others may earn you praise, but it'll cost you your purpose. And I want you to understand this clearly. You are allowed to outgrow people's expectations. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to live a life that looks different from what others think is normal. Because normal is broken. Normal is stress. Normal is comparison. Normal is waking up every day feeling like you're not enough because you're measuring yourself with someone else's ruler. So if you feel like something's missing, if you feel like you're meant for more, you're not crazy, you're waking up. That voice inside of you, that restlessness, it's not a problem. It's your potential begging to be unleashed. The shift choosing yourself 3:36:30 music transitions into a softer, reflective tone. Visuals. Person sitting alone in nature, looking thoughtful, sunrise or dusk, symbolizing a new beginning. Studio U voiceover. There comes a point in your life where something inside you just snaps. Not in anger, not in sadness, but in clarity. You wake up one day and realize you've been betraying yourself, not loudly, not dramatically, but slowly, silently. With every yes you said when you really meant no, with every time you stayed silent to keep the peace, with every time you played small so others wouldn't feel uncomfortable around your potential. And in that moment of truth, everything changes. You decide to choose yourself. And I need you to understand this. Choosing yourself doesn't mean you hate others. It means you finally love yourself enough to stop abandoning your own needs. You stop wasting time trying to fix people who don't want to be fixed. Because you finally accept that it's not your job to rescue anyone but yourself. You stop bending over backwards for people who wouldn't even lean forward for you. Because you realize that love, loyalty, and respect should flow both ways, not just from you. You stop watering dead plants, toxic friendships, draining jobs, old versions of yourself that no longer reflect who you are. And in that stillness, that space you create by letting go, you start to heal. You begin reconnecting with yourself, not the version that others projected onto you, but the real you. The one who's been buried under years of people-pleasing, fear, and self-doubt. You start asking real questions. What do I actually want? What kind of life excites me when I wake up? Am I living in alignment with my truth or just checking boxes to look successful? And the answers, they don't always come easily. Sometimes they hurt. Sometimes they reveal that you've been walking a path that was never yours to begin with, but they are necessary. Because awareness is the beginning of transformation. This shift from external validation to internal alignment is not about becoming selfish. It's about becoming self-aware. It's the most powerful decision you'll ever make. To stop living on autopilot, to stop performing, to stop hiding, and to start showing up fully unapologetically as you. And here's the wild part. Once you begin to focus on you, your health, your mindset, your healing, your purpose, the world around you begins to shift. Not because the world changed, but because you did. Your energy changes. Your boundaries get stronger. Your standards rise. You stop tolerating what doesn't serve you. And as a result, life starts aligning with who you really are, not who you were pretending to be. This is the shift. From living for others to living for purpose, from chasing love to attracting it, from people-pleasing to self-respecting. And once you taste that power, that freedom, you'll never go back. Music rises slightly, hopeful, uplifting, empowering. Visuals shift to someone walking alone with confidence, smiling to themselves, stepping into the sun. Studio, so if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. Choose you. Choose your peace. Choose your healing. Choose your future, because no one else is going to do it for you. Studio, so what does focusing on yourself actually look like? It's not just lighting candles and taking bubble baths. It's not some Instagram aesthetic. It's real, intentional, uncomfortable work. Let me break it down. Cut out distractions, unfollow people who trigger comparison. Turn off notifications. Spend less time scrolling and more time creating. Protect your energy. Say no more often. Distance yourself from drama and energy vampires. Remember, your peace is more important than their approval. Set clear goals, financial goals, health goals, emotional and mental goals. Write them down. Keep them in front of you. Make them your focus. Eat discipline over motivation. Don't wait to feel like it. Build systems. Stick to routines. Discipline builds self-respect. Daily self-check-ins. Ask yourself each night, did I do something today that moves me closer to the life I want? Because your habits shape your identity, and your identity shapes your reality. Studio, when you focus solely on yourself, you start to evolve. You look in the mirror and see someone more confident, more intentional, more powerful. You stop reacting and start responding. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop surviving and start living. And suddenly the things that once drained you no longer interest you. The people who didn't value you no longer matter. The goals that once felt impossible are now in reach. Because the most powerful version of you doesn't need to beg, chase, or convince anyone. They are grounded, they are focused, they are free. Studio. So I'll leave you with this. The moment you choose yourself, your life begins to transform. Not because of magic, but because of momentum, because of clarity, because you stopped being a passenger in your own life and started taking the wheel. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. So if this message hit home for you, hit that like button, subscribe for more real talk like this, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, you are not behind, you are not lost, you are becoming one day at a time.